Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Mary and Max. And this movie came out in 2009 and is directed by Adam Elliott. And I've seen this movie once before. I really loved it then, and rewatching it, I got a lot out of it. And although this is a stop motion animated movie, it's not a kids' movie at all. It's for adults. That might come to a surprise to many people, but it is what it is. But what I really love is the animation. I love the stop motion and like the character designs. And I liked how Australia was like, and America, how they were both depicted visually. Like America was like black and white, whereas Australia, it was like more brown and white, if that makes sense. And I thought that added to the film and really depicted both of those parts of the story. And you really do get a sense of like authenticity. Like, yeah, this was just part of the time because the movie doesn't take place in modern day. And apparently it's based on a true story. I never really looked into that, but I can imagine like some of the things in this movie being real. And this movie hits quite a few different emotions. Like it's serious and also comedic when it wants to be. And there are points in this movie where it's really funny, in my opinion. And it's mostly just visual gags. And from a visual perspective, I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was hilarious, especially with Max. I find him to be a really entertaining character. And I also like Mary as well. I think the two leads are very likable characters, and I like both of their stories and how they're connected and where things eventually end up without spoiling anything. And I like the cast a lot. I think this movie has a great cast, and Mary is voiced by two different people. There's a young version of her, and then there's an older version. The young version is voiced by Brittany Whitmore, who I'm not very familiar with. I thought she did a great job, as well as Toni Collette, who voices the older version of Mary. And she did a great job. Philip Seymour Hoffman voices Max, and he's incredible in this movie. And he really sells the character, and like the mannerisms of the character also is like communicated through his voice. And there isn't really a lot of characters talking. It's mostly just narration and thoughts. Not a whole lot of characters interacting with one another, like talking to each other. It's just thoughts, and you could say narration as well. But there's a lot of directions this movie goes down in an hour and a half, especially. And it's never boring. It's always engaging. I'm always interested to see where the story goes. And I am also into the music this time around. And I really love the music in the movie. And it communicates the emotions that it's trying to very well. It's working with the film, not against the film. And it's not only great on its own, but it fits in the movie. And also Eric Bana is in this movie, and he's good. Probably the best performance I've seen from him. The only thing I've ever seen him in is Hulk from 2003. The only kind of issue that I have with this movie is like the first minute of the movie, where it's just establishing the location where this movie's going to take place, and there wasn't really any moving objects. So to me personally, it kind of just looked like a set rather than a location. Like this is an animation set rather than like something that's existing in the real world. But after that minute, I was like fully into it, and it felt like a living, breathing world. And like I said earlier, this movie has a different tones, and the movie is very funny when it wants to be. And when it wants to be dark and sad and depressing, it also hits those emotions as well. Like there isn't really anything that this movie messes up when it comes to what it's trying to communicate tonally or thematically, etc. And all of it works very well, and overall, I really love the film, and if you haven't seen it, then I would highly recommend that you see it. I can't recommend it enough. Just remember, it's not really a film for kids, so I wouldn't recommend having kids watching it, but it's your choice by the end of the day. But anyways, with all that being said, I'm going to give Mary and Max a 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Mary and Max, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for May, December. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.